Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Simply Colorful Fibercast. Today's date is December 28th, right? 30th. Yep, that's right, I think. 2019. It's our last broadcast of the year. It's our 50th broadcast, if I'm counting right, plus or minus one or two. Thanks for joining me. Grab a project. We have lots to catch up on, including Christmas gifts that I haven't finished and new gifts that I received for Christmas that I'm going to have fun playing with today. So, grab your project or a glass of wine or your magazine or lunch or breakfast or dinner, whatever you are doing in your neck of the woods, and let's sew. But first, before I go any further, I'm going to go switch the camera. Hi, Ann. I hope you're feeling better. I heard you have bronchitis on Facebook. Oops, if I just spilled the beans, but feel better. I'm going to fix the camera so that you don't see my keyboard. Okay, that should work. And we can move that out of the way, and maybe you can see what I'm working on. Some things are new, some things are old from last year. I have so much to catch you up on. I hope you've had good holidays. I hope it continues. Kwanzaa, I know, is continuing right now. I think Hanukkah's over, right? Boxing Day is over up in Canada. Christmas, of course, is over. Now we have the new year to look forward to. And first things first, I had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you did too. Hi, Alice. Yes, you can just watch. Oh, bless you. Where are you, Alice? I'm curious. Oh, good. And I'm glad, Ann, your meds are helping you. That's good. So glad you're out there. Well, why don't I start by telling you about what's behind me? My sister gave me all of this new fabric for Christmas. Isn't that fun? And some Kaffe fabric, which I'll show you in a minute. And this is the Bella Solid Dark Teal. She's such a good way with colors. So she got that to complement. I'm picking this up from the floor, sorry. Painted Meadow Charm Pack. And let's see. 42 squares charm pack from Moda. Painted Meadow by Robin Pickens. And one of the background fabrics is here. And that's going to be my backing. And I thought, wouldn't that be cute for a little Raggedy Ann dress? If I have enough left over, just like I did a few months ago. I hope my hair isn't looking crazy. Kooky crazy. I have definitely been in leisure mode. I can't wait to tell you about that. I'm going to make a Raggedy Ann and Andy to go with this baby quilt. And we'll have it in stock for when and if we need it. Hi, everyone. I'm so glad you're out there. Oh, my goodness. Carol's in Switzerland. It must be beautiful. Oh, my goodness. Hi, everyone. Yay. Oh, good. It would be an adorable dress, wouldn't it? I think so, too, with little bees. Okay, so that's number one, and I just was playing with that this morning. I love how those colors go together. My sister knows me. She knows I love those colors. She also got me I think it's Brassica, is the Kaffe Brassica Moss Yardage. And I am going to do something special with this in a quilt. Isn't that just beautiful? Oh, it was so fun to open up last Sunday. We did Christmas out in Pennsylvania with my mother, who's back home. Hi, Mom, if you're there. I hope you are resting and drinking lots of fluids. What a trooper my mom is. She flew out to Pennsylvania and back, and we were all able to have Christmas together. It was great. What I'm working on today, lubricating the machine. Stop it. If Holly were watching, she would crack up. I'm so glad everyone's out there. Yay. Talk amongst yourselves. We have a great community, don't we? I am also, what I have to do today, because I have to get this quilt for Molly finished and on the machine. And I thought I really kind of slowed down before I left because I'm worried about all this green area, but I think I've discovered what I'm going to do. I'm going to quilt it in red paw prints, and then maybe, if I get daring enough, even color in a few paw prints with some red crayon. So it'll look like the paws are going all over, and I think that might liven it up. But first, because I have enough backing, I'm going to put some squares across the top and bottom. So that's what I'm going to work on just next. So that as soon as Fibercast is done, I will put that on the Gamma long arm and get her done. Okay. Yeah, we don't have to lubricate the machine. We're all lubed up. Huh. Okay. So that is literally, I've done green and red. I've organized them already. Although, you know me, I will. Oh, look at how different. Uh-oh, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I don't know if you can see that, but my cutting is about 1/8 of an inch off. Terrible. Oh, and I'm going to put I'm going to put my 97. If Carol is out there, it was great to see you this weekend. Carol Ouellette over in Natick. I hope you're having fun and making lots of quilts and enjoying some time off. Carol is an administrator. Oh, I have to change this. Is it the Belmont school system? So hopefully, although I didn't confirm this, you get at least this week off. Although I know you have to work on the summer, so it's probably not as advantageous as other positions. But I, on the other hand, had to work twice this past week, which is not bad considering it's Christmas week. I had earned enough sick time, so here's what I did. So let me back up. As you may or may not know, I have been moving packages for Amazon since, when has it been? Since the end of September. And I have to tell you, it is exhausting, but good for me. So I will keep doing it as long as there are packages to move. And according to the numbers they told us, the volume almost doubled from a year ago. So I can't imagine it will go down. I think it's still continuing to increase. So there is demand for people like me who move packages. Anyway, I did that, as you know, for the last 3 months. And then I would come home and do customer quilts. And it was a little pressureful. I did it to myself. Christmas doesn't move. The deadline doesn't move. Oh, and sorry if you hear that vibration. Bob is busy working on our spare bedroom. He's putting down new hardwoods, a new hardwood floor. And right now he's working on the radiant heat. So that what he's got the compressor up and he is putting it on. He's got all the hoses laid down on the floor. And I think he's checking for leaks. I think he said that's what he was doing. He wanted to run the compressor about half an hour ago. And then I said I was about ready to turn on Fibercast, and he said he would wait. And then when he saw that I was busy playing with this before I turned it on and I was delayed, he said, I thought you were turning it on. I said, well, no, I've been delayed. I don't want to hold you up. Please make sure you make the noise. Don't worry about it. He said, no, I won't. It's not a problem. And I said, well, it wouldn't. Because you mentioned it, it must be a problem. Do what you want to do. So clearly he's doing what he wants to do. Living with someone is overall a good thing, but you know, you have to always negotiate these things. How about you guys? Did you have a good Christmas? And good holiday. So I'm just doing 2x2 here. What else? What other random things? I have so much to tell you. And I probably forgot my train of thought. So Christmas, my mother came out. It was my sister, her husband, and her son. Hi, Tom, if you're out there. I doubt he is. It's like my For Crying Out Loud podcast that I listen to. They tell stories about their husbands, like how their husbands can't find sardines at the supermarket or something like that. And then they say, oh, he doesn't listen to this. But they've gotten themselves in trouble because sometimes the husbands do listen. So Tommy, if you're out there, it's a delight to have you. Almost done here with this one. I'm mixing in some of our cat fabric. That is the backing. And again, Molly, the woman for whom this quilt is being made, loves her cats. And my sister had made her a cat quilt. And I had quilted it months ago. Ooh, didn't quite. And it was lost in the fire. So we are just replacing that lost quilt with something kitty related. And my sister was a trooper. She made the cat. Oh, it's not behind me. Within a day of my sending the fabric and sent it back. So I should have followed through, but it was something that I could justify letting fall through the cracks the week before Christmas. Oh, that's what I was telling you about. So my job. So last week I worked only 2 days, Tuesday and Friday, and here's why. I had earned enough sick time to take Monday off, to call in sick. So I did that, and then, well, Bob drove us out Saturday. Bob did all the driving to and from Pennsylvania, which was wonderful. And we drove out Saturday, we celebrated Sunday, we drove home Monday. Then Tuesday I worked, and now Tuesday was Christmas Eve day. And I thought maybe, well, I didn't know what to think. This was my first peak season. I did think there would be a lot of gifts, but there weren't. There were very few, almost to the point where I think, and they can control all this flow. It's like a flow of water, these packages, right? They can dial it up and dial it down however they want. And they can dial up resources and dial down resources and costs. It's kind of amazing. Christmas Eve, that we only had, I think it was 17,000 packages. We were done sorting them by 8:30 in the morning. They sent us to lunch at 8:30, which is half an hour. And then we came back and we picked them. And we were done by 11:30 maybe. And they wanted us, the point was to make sure we had 100% accuracy. So any package, and what they said was, these are literally gifts for little kids to go under the Christmas tree. And we do not want to leave one single package here in the warehouse that should have arrived to the child for Christmas. So it was all about quality versus quantity. And so we found every package and we made sure it got on every little van to be delivered. That was Tuesday. Then they gave us Wednesday and Thursday off, which was delightful. Bob spoiled me rotten with presents. Oh, and I'm going to show you a couple of them, I think. And then we went over to Bob's brother's house and my cousin's house. They're married to each other. For Christmas night. that was really enjoyable. The food is always delicious. My cousin Heidi is amazing what she puts on. We had lasagna, scalloped potatoes and ham, and a green salad. Then for dessert, honestly, there was pecan pie, there was carrot cake, there was a tray of chocolates, peanut butter balls, fudge, another type of, maybe it was a chocolate bark, a whole table full of fancy drinks and amaretto for after dinner. And of course, coffee and cocoa if you wanted it. It was, like my cousin Eric said, imagine being a kid and seeing this on Christmas. It's like being in a wonderland, really. Now I have to make sure that I may have goofed this up. Let's see, we need 14 across the top and bottom. And I've already put these into groups of 4, so that's not going to work. I need to break apart one. I did it! Becky taught me that. Oh, hello. Who's there? Uh-oh, my battery's running low. Uh-oh, let me see. I'm going to close this. Did you guys hear that ding? Oh, I'm so glad you're out there. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm just plugging in my computer. Oh, duh. That's why the battery is low. Hang on. This just fits. Don't leave me. Keep on sewing or keep on doing whatever you're doing. There we go. You can see I dressed up for this fibercast knot. I need some more shirts. I need to go to Goodwill and get some more shirts for my job. When I'm moving packages, I don't have to dress up, which I love. That's another benefit of this job. This is for Molly's quilt. The binding's all made, which is why shame on me. I should have finished this because I could have been working on it the whole trip down to Pennsylvania in the car. I could have been sewing the binding. But, oh, and I had a nice call from Mary down in Delaware, who is going to be sending me some quilts. She met my friend Chris Myers at QuiltCon last year. So thank you, Christine, for the referral. Oh, and Becca, I am going to send you thread ideas today. You guys should see this. Actually, let me go get you the package that Becca sent me. This is fun. I love when these packages come. You see this? So this arrived. This one is called Angel Wings. Oh, pantograph. Wow. It's my color therapy quilt. Are you kidding me? And a backing that she's pieced. Becca Clash does amazing work. I wish you could see up close her piecing. Here, let me pull this out. Oh, and the pieces are tiny. Oh, I'm not going to show you the whole thing because I need her approval to do that. And maybe we'll wait until, oh, look at that. A beautiful royal purple backing. So that's number 1. I'll find a nice pattern. I think she's found a pattern and I'll send her some thread ideas. Here's another one. Oh, it's flannel. What's this one called? Cardinals pantograph. Oh, front and back are directional. Oh my. Oh, look at all of these beautiful pieces. I think she's posted a picture of this one. Oh my, look at the cardinal. Ugh. Becca, that is beautiful. Okay, that's number 2. Oh, there are 4 of these. Oh, and she included her $20 off certificate. Good. So anyone who's a Patreon of Simply Colorful gets $20 off a quilting service every year. So it's almost free. I think you can do as little as $2 a month. So it costs you $4 to become a patron. And we use it to fund the web hosting, which keeps going up, right? Snowflakes. I'm seriously considering switching our phone provider. You see all these discount providers. I just don't want anyone out there who I phone. You have to promise me if I switch to a discount provider and the quality goes down, you have to tell me. So if we're talking and you can't hear me, tell me. Oh, and look at this one. These are also little. Oh, I love this one. Becca, look at that. That is a beauty too. Oh, I love how they've added some blue to Christmas fabric. Snowflakes. Makes it wintry. And then finally, which one's, oh my goodness. This is one she's interested in having custom done. Look at how pretty that fabric is. Oh, and it's appliqued with a raw edge applique that she's done a beautiful job on. And again, I don't want to show it until it's done and until she gives me the go-ahead. I probably have already shown too much, but I just love it. So if anyone has a quilt they need quilted, send it my way. These are up next after Molly's. And then I have a couple of t-shirt quilts to do in January. But other than that, that's the queue. And as I say, Mary from Delaware, who called me earlier today, is sending me a couple of quilts. But other than that, we're open for business. Okay, so let's get back to finishing up this. I need 14 in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm making sure the cats are all going in the same direction. Because this is a directional quilt. Okay. And it starts with a red. So 12, 13, 14. This should be it. Oh, we have to make sure though. Oh, I'm gonna have to rip this again. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's make sure the cats are all going directionally and the trees. Okay, and we've started with a red. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, so that's good. On the bottom, I wanted to start with a green. Okay. So probably make more work for myself trying to be quick and fast. Okay, now we'll put that with that. Get it somewhat straight. To show you all the gift that Sue gave me last time I did. I'm loving this. This is the Stash and Store, oh so organized. Loving it. It's right over here. Okay, so now we start with green and we end with a red. Take these extras and then I will, I'll show you a present that Bob gave me that Yes is going to, because he gave it to me, it means a little more sewing, but I'm kind of excited. Okay, so this can be put out of the way. There's that. Here's this one. They're all facing right way. Okay. There's that. And this. I'm trying to clear everything away. Oh, yes, I did show you. It was helpful, wasn't it? Last week we made the pillowcase, and I have the other 3 here ready. I think I'm going to put that aside, and it can't be distracted. I have to finish Molly's quilt. So before I do that, because I'm going to need my ironing pad, I want to show you, and I showed you my Amazon things. I want to show you what I got from Bob. Has to do with color. I got some new hand towels and a soap dispenser. And I am going to put it in my bathroom, and I'm going to make a shower curtain to go with it. Right now I use just a white plastic. And so I looked in my stash, and it's been falling off. So I want to make a shower curtain that has big grommet-like things. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to make it, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want it to slip on a pole rather than, right now we have the little clips with the cheap white plastic curtain, and it keeps falling off. It keeps getting caught. They keep falling. The little plastic things are broken. So it's time. We've had it since 2006. So 16, 17, 18, 19, time for an update. And the walls are a very light yellow, gold. So I looked in my stash, and I found this fabric that I love that kind of goes, right? It's in the blues, and it's got some gold. I also found, I thought I had some William Morris fabric. I found this one, which actually, now that I look at it, the woodwork is the brown. So, and the tile floor is like this cream. It's pretty nondescript. This will be the only thing that has color in the whole room. Really, the vanity just has a white top, and it's a wood bottom. So that might be pretty too, because it's got the orangey that would go with the wood. In either case, it's not enough for a full curtain. So if we went this way, let's say we went with that. I did find this blue with black, which I could do stripes. That might work. Certainly goes with that. I also found this leftovers from a backing. So I could add that in. That might be kind of cool. I don't want to spend a lot of time on this though, because really and I don't want a lot of weight. So the more seams I put in, the more weight it will have. Because when it gets wet, it's just going to pull that thing down. So that's what I'm playing with. But for now, we're going to put this aside. I really wanted to show you this pretty color, blue. And this pretty batik. I suppose I could do half and half. That might be kind of neat. Do this on the top, all the way across, and then probably look like flood pants, wouldn't it? And do this along the bottom, the stripe. That would look crazy. I pulled out this blue, but it really doesn't go terribly well. But I do like doing stripes across this way. That would be kind of neat. Okay, so something to think about. But let's put all of this aside because we have to do Molly's quilt. I think that's about all I needed to show you. Oh, I know what else I needed to show you. After we do Molly's quilt, we're going to talk about what we're doing next year. Okay, let's get our iron going. This is the perfect job for our Panasonic. It needs to get a little hot. Here we go. There, I'm just gonna, see if we kind of fit across before I even iron it. Ding. Uh-oh. I hope you guys laugh. Look at this. Oh, nailed it. I'm only about 6 inches off. Poor Holly. She was learning from a hackster. Let's see. I think next year it's going to be all about, wait for it. Would you have any patterns with light if you use a fabric curtain rather than an orange plastic carton? Do you have any problem with light if you use a fabric curtain rather than, an opaque plastic curtain? Carol Bell asks, back to my shower curtain. I'm sorry, that wasn't very good pod, but I couldn't read it. She's asking if I'd have any problem with light if I use fabric rather than my opaque. There's not a window behind it, so I think we're okay. The window is outside. The light comes in through the curtain toward the person who's in the shower. I think we're okay. It's second floor, so no one can see in that window. But that's a good question. 30. So this is 70. Why didn't that work? Oh, the seam allowances. Ay, 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 ay. All right. Well, hang on. I'm just going to get us some more of this and do exactly what I say not to do, which is just put it on. Actually, let me try and measure this because I don't want wavy borders, do I? So, keep putting this on. I think one of the prerequisites of being a quilter is not being afraid of math. Although you certainly can do it. What am I saying? But because that's what is wonderful about patterns. Okay, so we need green. Let me measure this. 6.5 inches is what I need. Try to clean that up. It does feel good to be back sewing after a whole week off. 6.5, right? Oh, there it is. I'll use my phone as a straight edge. Okay. Now, let's put this on this. This is just classic. Okay, maybe now it'll sort of fit. There we go. Look at that. Like a glove. Okay. All right. Let's put all of this away. Now, why did I use green there? Well, I have to use green again. There we go. So, I guess I have this and then I have 2 more seams. So as I start to wrap up Fibercast, why don't we think about what's coming in the new year? And I've been giving it a little thought about what I wanted to do next year. And a little bit is still up in the air because I'm not 100% sure that my job moving packages will continue. I hope it does, because it's good exercise in the morning, and then I'll be done. Hopefully the hours will go back and it'll give me some structure to my day and yada, yada, yada. And it will give me all afternoon, every afternoon, to be a working artist, which is what I want to do. So if that's the case, and it should be, then I will continue to do my machine quilting. I also am committed to finishing my Dear Jane. As you know, I've said 2020 is my year for finishing that albatross. So the only open question is, can I free myself up a little bit more from the Friday evening commitment? We've done 6 years of Friday evening Fibercast. And after doing the strenuous exercise all week long, I'm discovering that Fridays I'm pretty tired and I would like to enjoy just chillaxing a little bit. So what I'm thinking is next year I am committed to doing Fibercast to finish my Dear Jane, and I wanted to try to just turn the camera on when the mood strikes. And I know that's not as good for you, because then you don't know when I'm coming on. But if you subscribe to youtube.com/simplycolorful, you should get an email when I go on. I think that's how it works. Can you see we're getting hidden by, I love when the quilt gets this big and you start to get overtaken by all the fabric. It means you're coming up to the machine quilting part. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. Now, of course, I say that and I think, well, next Friday night, of course I'm going to do Fibercast. Because I just know it's such a weird thing. Basically, you guys have gotten me hooked on myself. I love doing this. It's very, it's fun. Look at that. There we go. So now let's do the bottom, and then I will give it a good iron, and then it's going on the long arm. This one, I want to make sure that the cats are going up and down. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking for next year. I have to finish Dear Jane. I want to finish Dear Jane. And I want to make more dolls. I'm not sure the topic of my dolls or the time frame, or the time period. And then I also have been thinking it would be fun to do some painting, but every time I've tried painting, it doesn't relax me. It makes me very anxious, so that's not good. But it sure would be nice to be able to paint, to be able to take the paints with me somewhere. Not that I'm going anywhere. Have no plans. The only thing planned is the end of. You guys are going to crack up. Now look at this. Now I'm an inch off. I hope you're laughing because I know I am. Look at that. How silly is that? All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep this at 5 inches. Ay, ay, ay. How much do we have to make this instead? 7.5. Okay, so let's go. All right, let's just go 5 here. See, I love this little thing. I can just find my pen because it's already in the stash. In the stand-up caddy. All right. So as I finish this up, be thinking about next year. What do you want to do next year that might be different? Is it a new experience? Is it a new, and it doesn't necessarily have to be new. Is it picking up something that you used to do that you haven't done in a long time, like going to see live music? Or how about this one, calling a friend that you haven't spoken to in a long time? Or painting a room, doing a new shower curtain, something. Okay, so this is the hackiest quilting, but it seems to be the way I quilt these days, which could mean it's time for another funky house quilt. Okay, one more seam. And then it's off to the long arm quilting division. Carol, if you're out there, I hope that made you laugh. I want to make sure to say hi to everyone. And to all my patrons, thank you. Whoops. I hear the compressor. It's going. Oh, now what? I'm getting a tension issue. If you could see all of the dust in here. I vacuumed, I put in a new vacuum cleaner bag this morning and vacuumed up. But why? Oh, I broke a thread. Oops. It must have known I was finishing up, right? what? Huh. Not letting me sew. Let's pull this apart. Could be that there's just a lot of lint in here. Nope, very little. Oh no, here's some. Lots of lint. Oh, this will be fun. One of the quilts, that t-shirt quilts that I'm doing for a client in January, it's for her son who goes to Cornell University, which is where my sister and her husband went. And I think, and there are some Cornell shirts in there. So I think it's going to be fun to play with that red, that Cornell red color, possibly for sashing or possibly for little squares between the quilts. So that will be fun. Lots of lint in here, I have to say. So I'm cleaning everything, which must mean I bet there's a lot of lint up here too. Let's get ourselves a little oil. I love this little Bernina oiler. It's like a little pen. Okay. That back in there. Okay. That back in. Almost done, I promise. I hope I haven't lost you all. Ha! Thank you for joining me. You certainly gave me company and gave me my mojo back. If I told you how many hours I slept yesterday, my mom and sister would know, would believe it. Okay, we're back in business. I do believe. Sounds good, doesn't it? Oh, I can't wait to see the frolic quilt that I think people are working on. Your Bonnie Hunter frolic quilt. So bummed not to be able to work on that. Okay, well, I've just finished both sides. Let's see if we hold this up. So now Molly's quilt has a little bit of a top and a bottom. I like that. And the side will just be It'll go off. It'll be this green. And like I say, I'm going to quilt it with cat paws in red thread. And we'll see if that pulls it all together. I think that's about it. I just wanted to share with you my wishes to you for a very happy new year, a prosperous one, a healthy one, one that's fun. Do something you love. That's my big thing. Do something you love, and the rest will fall into place, because you do have to take care of you. Anyway, I need to get a better ending than that for Fibercast in 2020. So welcome to the new decade, a few days early. Who knows, I may turn things on again. But for right now, thanks for getting me through the last hour and making progress. Hey, thanks, Ann, and thanks everyone for joining me. Have a great rest of the day. Go Pats. Bye.